Hello, my lovely Wolfpack, and welcome back to another episode of the Wolfpack Media Podcast, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I cannot wait to get started. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with all your friends, and quite literally everybody that you know, and join the pack today. All right, we got Jake in the house, guys.
Hello, guys. I'm Jake Sneedo, host of the Arcane Wolf Show, media contributor, and your new techie. Anyways, we got some interesting news for Iran that we're going to dump into today and some other stories, so let's get right to it.
All right, well, guys, yeah, we are here again. Once again, I hate it, but once again, we are here talking about Trump and the war in Iran. Here we are again. It's getting so monotonous, I have to say, talking about it over and over and over again. But that's what's trending on social media right now, so here we are.
So what's your opinion on the situation so far? Then I'll give you my 2 cents on it before we dive in.
I think people are confused, I guess, about what Donald Trump is actually doing. You see, I see what he's doing here. Everybody's looking at this militarily, but I'm looking at it economically. I don't think that this is a military move, though on the outside I can understand why people would think that it's a military move. I think it's more economic. I think Trump is playing, like you said earlier,
a 4D chess move.
Yeah, this is 4D chess, bro.
And I'm right there with you. I'm 200% right there with you, because all these people that are calling him retarded and that he's losing the war, I don't think they quite understand, Justin. Like you said, that's an economic move. The point wasn't to win the war.
Yeah, it's not about the war.
The point was to cut these assholes on the eastern hemisphere of the world, like China, Russia, all the big baddies.
It's forcing people to go through our shipping lanes and to buy our oil.
Correct. Which is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, because we own most of the oil reserve. Canada and Mexico have some, but after we took over Venezuela, we're number one in the Western Hemisphere.
And he did that on purpose. He did that as a preemptive move. You notice how before he attacked Iran, he wanted to make sure Venezuela was in check.
And you know what? Chances are we're going to lose the war, but that's okay, because these assholes aren't going to have any access to the fucking strait. Guess what? You got to buy from us now.
And I disagree, though. I don't think how are we losing? We wiped out their entire military,
exactly,
and destroyed their entire leadership structure.
Like I said, even if we do lose the war, which
we're not losing shit, dude. We are the United States. We're the fucking United States. We dump more money into our military than most countries all put together.
We don't need to win the war. We just need to win the money, man. We just need them to buy our shit. We don't need to win no stupid war over there. We just need them.
I'm just saying, anybody that's out there saying that we're losing somehow is fucking retarded.
I just think they just been brainwashed the same fucking propaganda, like you said, Justin. Like both on the old rhinos and the young liberals, they're just gonna keep spouting the same shit. Oh, whatever Trump does, it's bad. This is bad move. Bad Orange Man, bad. I mean, how is this war, whether we're winning or losing? Which so far I see that we're winning on the economic standpoint, because they're gonna have to buy our shit.
I think we're winning on the war front too. Like, dude, we haven't had a single fucking American troop on the ground doing anything. Like, we just wiped out their entire military without having to put a single boot on the ground.
And it's kind of funny because they keep claiming that we're sending all these on-the-ground troopers. And it's like, where are they at?
Trump has said that that could be possibility down the line, but so far we haven't needed to. So I don't know what everybody's complaining about. But anyway, my friends, the peace talks and ceasefire deal unfortunately has failed, and that's what we're here to talk about. The Strait of Hormuz has been blockaded by the United States. We are hearing kind of conflicting reports as it pertains to this. Vice President J.D. Vance seems optimistic about it. The grifters, of course, are grifting because that's what they do. Those who freaked out over Trump's threats to Iran are now flipping out on him for not following through with those threats. So it's all very stupid. It's basically just Orange Man bad. What concerns me about this really is the fact that it's not the leftists, because the leftists are going to lefty. You know, they're always going to, contrary to like, dude, I'm starting to think that it used to be a joke, but I'm starting to think if Donald Trump came out and said oxygen was good, the leftists would hold their breath, and that's why I'm not really concerned about what they're saying. Their voices are just being thrown into the void.
And you know what I think is another stupid point besides the whole winning the war situation? They're bitching. They're saying that, oh, this stupid war in Iran is the reason why the gas prices are going up. Okay, so
shit.
Let me break
it's called short-term losses for long-term gains.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice because
but dude, but today we kind of have some updates on what's going on. First, I want to take a look at these pictures here to give us an idea of what I think Trump is actually doing here. So let's bring up a few of those pictures. Bring up the first one for us.
All right, so we got image number 1, which is this black picture here, which gives you a whole global pic here.
Yeah,
on what's going on.
So this is.
Oh shit! Let me
hold on. I got some. Yeah, you're good.
Looks like we got a trade route path going on here, like showing what's going on, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, these are shipping lanes. Hundreds of super tankers, the kind that carry like 2 million barrels each, are currently racing towards the U.S. Gulf Coast from every direction, dude. From the Atlantic to the Indian Ocean, around Africa. The scenic route. We were heading to Saudi Arabia, but never mind.
Look, it looks like we got them surrounded from what I'm seeing. And honestly, they should have sent more troops this way through Europe and Asia, in my opinion. But we still got them surrounded.
Well, the thing is, with this war, we're forcing people to go this direction. Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, and everyone panicked. Oil hit $126 a barrel. Gas hit $4 a gallon. And yeah, we're gonna feel a little bit of that. But cable news did the thing where they put a red banner on the screen and said "crisis" in a font that would obviously suggest that you should be hoarding toilet paper. But then something happened that nobody in media seems interested in reporting for obvious reasons. Go back to this picture here. I want to. Go back to this picture. Yeah, like, these are for obvious reasons, bro. Go to the second picture, too.
In this picture, we look like we just got a U.S. Picture here.
Yeah, this is the Gulf. This is our Gulf Coast here. The Gulf of America. The Gulf of America, bro. Like, I want people to kind of notice here that this isn't the Strait of Hormuz here, guys. Like, this is real time. This picture here. This is our Gulf Coast right now, and all those red arrows you see there are oil tankers. So you notice how something's going on here. Let's move on to the third picture here.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is a little bit of a better look. It's the same picture, but it's a little bit of a better look. I think it was later on in the day yesterday where the shipping lanes looked like this. This is the Gulf of America again. Now, it's just packed. These are super tankers. These red dots here are all super tankers racing to load up on U.S. oil. So, dude, like, this is an economic boom that's going to be incoming. And I think this was all done on purpose, guys. This is not everybody, Trump's a retard. Like, you're a fucking retard, dude.
People are going to be buying oil off us like crazy. You have no idea.
Yeah, dude. It's just crazy, bro. But anyway, I guess we'll go and let's bring up this article.
Roger that. All right, here we go. And
because
let's go to the top.
It's just so stupid, man. Because I don't know, but here's the update, because there has been some things going on involving the Chinese, the goddamn
Chinese.
Fucking communists. Alright, so we got this here from the Daily Mail. Chinese tanker and another vessel U-turn after passing through Hormuz after 4 ships crossed the strait. A Chinese tanker and another vessel have made U-turns after passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Oil tanker Rich Starry is owned by Shanghai. I can't pronounce any of this. Uran or I don't know. I don't know how they pronounce X's.
Unfortunately, I know how to pronounce them. Unfortunately, some of them, but that would be Wunran.
Wunran Shipping Co. Ltd. And became a target for U.S. sanctions because it was used to transport Iranian crude. After circling the area late on Monday and initially turning back, the 600-foot-long vessel passed through the waterway on Tuesday. It then turned around and headed back to the Gulf at 11 a.m. All that shit. The reason for this about turn are not currently clear. Rich Starry is a medium-range tanker that is carrying about 250,000 barrels of methanol, according to the data. It loaded the cargo at its last port of call, the UAE's Himari. I can't pronounce words.
Hamria.
Why can't they just be English words?
Hamria.
The data showed. Meanwhile, the Iran-linked Christiana, and see, I can pronounce that, carried out a similar route passing through the Strait of Hormuz before turning around just before 4 p.m. UK time. Again, no reason has yet been given for the Liberia flagged vessel's sudden turn. Donald Trump announced on Sunday that the U.S. Navy would block any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz, adding on Monday that the U.S. would blockade ships entering or exiting Iranian ports. Despite this, the Wall Street Journal tonight reported that 20 commercial vessels have been able to pass through the strait in the last 24 hours. Earlier today, the U.S. Army said that no ships have made it past the U.S. Navy, and that 6 merchant vessels were made to turn back around. That is pretty crazy. So we got this Chinese vessel here. So a Chinese tanker and another vessel have made U-turns after passing through the Strait of Hormuz. After oil tankers, why are we repeating? I hate articles.
Should I scroll down more?
I'm kind of skimming through. After oil tankers Rich Starry circled the area late on Monday and initially turned back the 600-foot-long vessel. I just don't understand why they repeat themselves in these articles. I hate the Daily Mail because of that. But yeah, what do we think here? So, we're getting conflicting reports. The U.S. Navy has said that nobody's passed through, but in this article, I don't know where they're getting, because they don't explain where they're getting their information from here.
Should we watch this Chinese ship pass through the strait? Watch this video here?
I mean, if you want.
That's 46 seconds, why not?
Why don't you go ahead and play it?
Show them a little something. Fuck you, Tom!
I don't know who you are, Tom Tiffany.
Who invited this asshat to the show? Oh, Virgil.
Can we skip this, or what?
It's only 30 seconds, so I guess you get 2 minutes of content, guys.
Oh my god. I wish I could turn the fucking
Madison politics.
down. I don't fucking give a shit about this. Motherfucking Tom Tiffany, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Here we go.
That's why I don't like playing videos off of the articles.
This is what's going on right now.
Yeah, it kind of just did a U-turn, I suppose.
This is really cool to watch, though. Look at that shit. There's Rich Starry on the map.
But I think... Interesting.
Hey.
Very badly.
Very badly.
Very badly.
They didn't agree with it.
Yeah, that's just Trump talking. Okay, we can.
I want to hear him talk.
That's not what we're talking about. Yeah, we already know what Trump said about he's talking about the ceasefire deals there and stuff. The talks that they had over the weekend. But I'm thinking as it pertains to what Trump's doing here, there's a reason why this Chinese tanker kind of did a U-turn here. And I think Trump's playing 4D chess, bro. He's doing something And the reason why everybody's flipping out is because I guess they don't understand what he's doing, I suppose.
Does this article keep going?
No, it's just comments.
Oh, it looks like updates and shit. Yeah.
I don't care.
Fuck that. All right, we'll go to the next one when you're ready.
We'll go to the next one when we're ready. I want to talk about this a little bit more still, because I haven't been able to pick anybody's brain. I've been talking about this by myself, so it's having you here and being able to kind of be like, I need another perspective. Like, what do we actually think Trump's doing here, man? Like
we discussed off camera, it's you said it was an economic move, and I told you it was like 4 You even concurred that it's very much so. You said that we both talked about how everybody's calling them retarded and that we're losing the war. You said we're winning the war. I said it does not matter if we lose or win the war, because I don't think the point is to win the war. The point is to cut off oil reserves from the Western Hemisphere, all the commie countries out there like Russia, China, and Iran.
We're trying to. I think what Trump's trying to do is reestablish U.S. dominance over energy exports and imports.
Well, that's how your country strives and survives. If you have the most dominance in the world, you have the most assets, the most wealth.
Because we seen during the Biden administration where it seemed like Russia and China and Iran, the BRICS nations, it seemed like they were trying to pull away from the U.S. petrodollar.
Because if we don't make these kind of moves, if we don't start asserting power and dominance, peace through strength, quote unquote, what's going to happen is we're going to continue.
Our economy will tank.
We're going to continue looking like a third world country, which is kind of what's going on a lot of
Well, we could blame Democrats for that.
Well, but we already know that.
The point is to fix our economy, and that's nationally. That's not just like in specific states. See, what you're talking about is kind of just in specific states. Like, only Chicago looks like a third world country. Like, it doesn't look like a third world country over here where we're at. No,
but if we don't start making the moves that we're making right now, we could very well get there in the next 5 to 10 years.
I think the people.
I don't want to see that. So.
I think us living out here in the boonies will be all right, no matter what happens.
Well, yeah,
but,
you live in a small town. I live in a small town. So.
But yes, I agree with you that it could get worse. I think it's mostly because of Democrat policies.
So what should we do? Just sit there, and keep taking the ass, and just being all nicey nice to every country like Biden was? Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
That's why instead of giving the famous pallets of cash like Obama did, Trump just said, no, fuck you, and bombed the shit out of them. A completely different way of dealing with Iran than we've seen from his predecessors.
And honestly, why should we give money to a bunch of shitty fucking assholes, like I mentioned in the past, that just bully the neighboring countries and take their shit?
Yeah, and it doesn't do anything. Like, we think we're giving them money so that they won't attack us. But no, what did they do with that money? What did Iran do with the money?
And then the
pallets of cash. Literal, like, I'm not being facetious here. Like, literal pallets of cash were given to the Iranian regime. In U.S. tax dollars, your tax dollars.
Thank you.
And what did they do with it? Well, they used it to fund terrorism, so that's a thing. Like, we paid for our own destruction, bro. Like, we're paying tax dollars, and they're getting it and using it to kill American citizens. Like, suck a dick.
Yes. Well, that's going on. They're complaining, saying, well, by bombing them or continuing to bomb them, or if you bomb them again.
Well, no, we weren't. No. This is what I'm saying. They weren't bombing them when we weren't bombing them. This is Trump's approach: bomb the shit out of them, rather than giving them taxpayer money that they're going to use to bomb us. We just bomb them and take out that whole process.
But here's what so we talked about the old Rhino's opinion. So a lot of these left-wingers, their opinion basically is we're going to kill a bunch of civilians if we bomb the shit on them. Well, guess what, dude? That's the cost of war.
That's a war,
Fuck
bro.
Fuck them, dude. Do these civilians, I know it sounds shitty to say this, oh, you're killing innocent people, but yeah, there's always going to be innocent civilians. But you know what, dude? Do these motherfuckers across seas have the same values as you and I? Are they keeping your lights on? Are they keeping food in your fridge? Are they keeping
they don't have the same values as us. That's the thing.
No, they want to see us fail. There's people out there that want us dead, and those are prime examples of people that want you and I dead, Americans. You and I.
And we're paying for it. And yeah, Donald Trump said no more of that. Because we gave them the money so that they would leave us alone. And we not only did they get the money, but they also did not leave us alone.
You know how I knew that wasn't going to work? Because most people in real life, if you gave them money and said, please stop bothering
not
me.
even that. Like, look at the type of people that they are. They're fucking animals, bro. They're fucking animals.
They're savages that have been harassing their neighbors for like the last
they don't care. They just
years.
they will exert power through any means necessary. And if we're stupid and weak enough to give them money, you know what happened when Obama, like, dude, they were laughing at us. Look at these fucking idiots. They're paying us to kill them. Like we looked like absolute utter fucking fools on the world stage. And Trump comes along and says, "Fuck you, kill him. Fuck you, kill him."
And that's exactly what I was going to bring a real-life situation. Most people in real life, if you gave them a bunch of money and said, please don't hurt me, they're going to take it as a sign of weakness and laugh.
Like, fuck this shit. This is where the hypocrisy comes in, because you hear Hillary Clinton come and testify years ago over the Benghazi shit. And what did she say? She said, we came, we saw, we killed them. And it's like, that's exactly what Trump is doing. Dude, yeah, we came, we saw, we fucking bombed their faces off. Like, fuck this shit, dude. I don't want our country to be seen as weak, dude. At the end of the day, kill them. That is all these fucking people understand. All they deal in is violence. All they deal in is death. They worship death, dude. Fucking, I remember hearing one of the Hamas leaders saying that he said straight up on national television that the way the West loves life, we love death. So what he was saying there is they love death as much as we love life. Bro, these people don't know anything other than violence, so fucking kill them. Fucking kill them. Fine. You want to deal in violence? The United States of America, our military, knows how to fucking deal in violence. And we should just give it to them. Give them what they want.
Imagine
you live by the sword, you die by the sword, you fucking faggot.
You know what, in my opinion, since I was like 12 years old, and I thought I was a piece of shit for it, so I think about the innocent civilians. I always thought a lot of those third world countries in the Middle East just need to go off the fucking map, because they don't contribute to the world society.
Well, listen, wait, before you go hard in the paint on that, because I don't think you mean what you're saying. No, like, I can empathize, dude. But the fact of the matter is, this is war, and war is ugly. I don't like it. I'd prefer no war at all. I'd prefer nobody dies for any reason whatsoever. But this is not reality. My wishes and the way I wish reality worked is completely irrelevant to how real life works. I really wish, and I feel bad, but I'm not going to feel bad so much that I'm not going to defend myself, dude. Like, because that's what they count on. That's what these evil, savage motherfuckers, they count on. They count on your empathy. They count on it, and they use it against you. Why do you think they use women and children?
It's called manipulation.
It's manipulation. It's a way to demoralize. It's why they use women and children to do suicide bombs, or how in the Afghanistan war they'd have like child soldiers. This is not because they think those child soldiers usually get ripped apart. It's not because they actually think that it's going to be a useful force. They use it as a psychological manipulation because they know that Western forces are going to feel fucked up about shooting a kid in the head. There'll be more, and that's when they can kill you. They play on our empathy, bro.
Kind of like certain people I know. What?
It's how the internet has coined the term toxic empathy, dude. Like, there's a point, our suicidal empathy, where you're so empathetic that you'll just let yourself be killed. Oh, the poor fucking whatever person from another country. Oh, those poor people. We should bend over and spread our buttholes open for them. Like, I don't know. Like, it's shooting yourself in the foot, dude. And they know that. Our enemies know that. Because they don't have those kind of moral, like, thoughts like we do over here. They don't have that kind of empathy. But they know that they can wield it against us.
They're very barbaric.
Yeah, they don't care about their own people, bro. We do. We as Americans, we care about our own people. That's why we're so... Why do you think President Trump, when that fighter pilot went down in Iranian territory, in enemy territory, we spent millions of dollars in hella manpower to get one dude back. You see, the Iranian regime would never do that. In fact, they would, like, hope that he died. Because then they could use it as propaganda, saying, see, they killed him. And yeah, they would never do that. They would never, ever, ever do that. None of these kind of enemy forces would ever do that. They are nothing but pawns to them. But they know, our enemies know our weaknesses. Our weaknesses are, we would do that. We don't leave anybody behind. They would leave people behind without a second thought about it.
Of course.
But they know that we wouldn't, and they use that. They use the fact that we are empathetic, that we are morally obligated, that one soldier dead is unacceptable to us. Whereas they're thinking, I don't care if I have to kill every single one of my citizenry to win the war. They don't give a fuck. But they play on that, and I think that's where people get confused, because they're putting these barbarians into our shoes, like they're thinking that they're thinking what we're thinking, and it's just not true.
And people don't understand. Like I don't understand why you're defending these guys. The people who don't think right in the head. These are they prey on. They consider kindness a weakness.
Listen, you can't blame them though, because it's really hard. It's hard for me to imagine that line of thinking. I could never think like that. Just sacrificing people to win a war. I would not be able to make those kind of, and that's why your average American is not going to understand that.
And with Biden in office, they definitely took advantage of it. Like, look at all the.
I think that was a whole different fucking story, man. And that was just because Biden, we were weak. They would have been right in thinking we were weak then, because we were. And we had a fucking a man that didn't know where the fuck he was running the most powerful country in the world.
And like you said, even though we spent millions of dollars rescuing that guy, even though they see that as a weakness, Trump is still, even though our soldiers anybody over here would be freaked out by the shit they would do, like you said, like blowing your kids up in front of us. They can't even fathom that shit in their minds. Trump still toughened our military up, so even though they have to put on a show acting like it doesn't faze them, at the end of the day it does faze us, but we're still, Trump has I think he's mentally toughened up our military heavily, and I think even though they know our weakness, I think we can turn our weakness into strength, and I think we can we can continue putting on the tough face that's allowing us to win the war, like you and I.
Well, we're stronger than them all day, every day. We're stronger than everybody. Strongest military on the planet.
What does God say? Anybody who hurts a woman or child, anybody who's like defenseless, is a coward. Correct. Yeah. Correct. So there we go.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. So I'm tired of talking about Iran and shit. I'm tired of I'm so tired of making these videos, man.
You're Iran out.
I just don't care. Like, nuke the whole country for all I care at this point. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to this next story here. Let's talk about something else. This isn't exactly my favorite subject either, but I guess we're getting into it. So we got another story here not relating to Iran that I want to get into. J.D. Vance is right now, at the time of this recording, is speaking at a TPUSA event, but Erika Kirk has decided to back out, citing security concerns. crazy. Let's go ahead and pull up the article. You already did. Why do you...
You told me to.
No, I didn't.
Well, it's pulled up now.
Okay, well, anyway, we have this also from the Daily Mail. Erika, threats bombshell. Erika Kirk backs out of TPUSA event with JD Vance due to unknown threats, the vice president says. Erika Kirk declined to show up to a scheduled Turning Point USA event on Tuesday because of threats, according to Vice President J.D. Vance. The interview with Vance at the University of Georgia was part of a nonprofit organization's tour to excite young conservative voters ahead of the midterm elections. Erika Kirk would have been on stage with Vance, but Turning Point USA's spokesperson Andrew Colvett took her place. I'm going to address it right at the front, Mr. Vice President. I'm on stage here instead of our friend Erika Kirk because unfortunately she has received some very serious threats in her direction, Colvett said. It's a terrible reflection on the state of reality in the state of our country. Vance said Erika consulted with him ahead of time about these threats. Ultimately, she decided to miss the rally. I love Erika, and I know that she did get some threats, Vance said on stage about 2 hours ago. I was a little worried that we were going to have to cancel the event because Erika was not going to come, and she was very worried about it. After Vance consulted with the Secret Service, he decided to go on with the event without Erika. No further information about threats have been released. The Daily Mail approached the White House for comment. Scrolling down. Okay, yeah. That's where it ends, I guess. Dude, Daily Mail, you gotta work on your articles, bro. Your articles suck ass. Like, look how it ended there. The Daily Mail approached the White House for comment. Period. And that's it. And then it just goes on to talk about Charlie Kirk. Random as fuck. Y'all motherfuckers. Anyway, like, what do we think about this, Jake? What do you think? What do you think was going on? What's going on with the state of these violent threats against conservative commentators?
So, we've all seen that these threats to Erika Kirk have just been going on for a long time in general. I don't think they were necessary, even though I don't agree with some of Erika Kirk's behaviors, and I think she's acted suspicious at sometimes. I think people just need to leave the poor widow alone, because we truly don't know what's going on with her at the end of the day. But anyways, it's to the point where this is an actual issue that our whole country's trying to resolve, and they're not even thinking of it on that aspect. They're thinking of, oh, it's big bad Erika Kirk, let's just poke at her for simply just trying to work with our government, to get these issues going on with whether it's Iran or anywhere resolved. So the way I see it is, if somebody's trying to help you get an issue resolved, why are you sending these threats? All right, I think we should be past the point of just people threatening her for Charlie Kirk. Okay.
Well, leftists are. I was saying this to somebody the other day where I was kind of talking about how the left is really good at making themselves seem like they're not the violent party. And like we're the gun-toting assholes that say mean words. Like, it's really easy to frame us as, like, the violent ones.
And we're not all like that. And here's another thing that I think...
Well, no, we are, dude. Like, we look... This is why I say the left is really good at making themselves look like they're not the violent ones. And we're not. Because we say mean words, we're gun-toting, fucking Second Amendment motherfuckers, we're blunt, we're logical, we don't care about feelings. I could give a shit less about feelings at all. I think feelings, when it comes to running a society, are completely fucking irrelevant. So, and I know me saying that right now, I easily could be painted as a villain. Easily. And the left is really good, even though they are definitely, leftist ideology is, I'm hard-lined on this, leftist ideology is inherently violent. Inherently Like, not just that sometimes there's a fringe group of people that are violent in the ideology. No. It's not like there's a few radicals. It's not like there's some bad apples. No, dude. It is the leftist ideology is completely and 100% inherently violent, but they are just. This is where they're better at the right in some things. Is they are really, really good at making it seem not so. You know.
And as far as feelings go, I feel like the feelings have a time and place, but it's definitely not in any profession. It's not when we're trying to solve any world issues or we're trying to survive or at a job. Your feelings should be, between your family or your friends outside of, important issues.
You can't bring emotion into a logical situation. There's times and places for everything,
But the way
and sometimes violence and just being logical is necessary. So sometimes you have to put your feelings to the side and just do what is logical.
So here's my other point. So like you said, yes, we are assholes and we are yada yada yada, but that's because that's how you have to be to survive and strive in this world, number one. And number two, the way they're projecting us is as we're like nihilists, like we have no feelings. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that, like I told you earlier, there's a time and place for feelings, and it's not when it comes to survival, work profession, trying to solve world problems, politics.
Yeah, when you're thinking about things on a macro level instead of a micro level.
Correct.
And when you're thinking at things at an individual micro level, yes, like a relationship between me and you as friends.
For example.
And I would have to care about your feelings on an individual level, but if we were a big group of people, the bigger our group, the bigger our group becomes, the less I should be caring about your fucking feelings. Like a group of people I'm trying to keep alive, a group of people that you're trying to feed and keep alive. Feelings start to become the bad. You put that in the back of your mind when you're trying to feed a group of people. Whereas if you're just trying to feed like your kid, you got one kid that you're trying to feed compared to like 20 full-grown people that you're.
Because what happens when you let your feelings come into play, then you start caring for all these extra people. Then the people that you need to care about don't get what they need,
and the people will take advantage of the fact that we know he'll just bend over and take it in the butt and give us what we want because he cares about our feelings. So if we complain enough about stupid shit, then it'll force him to give us what he wants, And that's on a micro level, yes, we should care about feelings. When we're dealing with a loved one, like one-on-one, individual levels, yes, feelings should be taken into consideration.
Yes, that's all.
But when you have a large group of people, that's when you have to put feelings to the fucking back.
You have to be professional. You have to start thinking on a professional aspect.
Feelings start to not matter when you have to make hard decisions.
You have to act like you're doing a job that your life depends on, is what basically I'm hinting at here. So it's the feeling part, there's a time and a place, like I said, and it's definitely not when you're trying to solve any issue, you're trying to survive.
And that's what I think that with the left, that's why I say that the left is inherently violent. Because they're the people that they take advantage of our empathy. They take advantage of our kindness. They will, you have atheists that will use Bible verses against Bible believing Christians.
Oh yeah.
And it's you don't even how can you argue my own case against me when you don't even believe in my case?
I had somebody try telling me that used to be Christian, that's straight up atheist. I had an atheist try telling me that in the Bible it says that you should kill gay people and
that's not true.
What verse? What verses does that say that?
Well, that's a whole different story. I'm talking about how people will give you a legitimate verse about a legitimate subject. It's when people that don't even believe try to use your beliefs against you.
They're just looking for something to nitpick at you, is what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
nitpicking.
It's completely illogical in my fucking
And nitpicking
mind.
Is always illogical. It's just you. Nitpicking is just you trying to assert your bullshit, your dominance, your control over
You're just trying to be right. You're trying to win.
Even though
and that's why the left is such a dangerous ideology, is because
they're reckless.
They will do whatever it takes to win. They don't care if they're wrong.
And they don't care how reckless their behavior is or who gets hurt in the way.
No, but they just want to win. As long as they win, they feel like we're the good guys, so we can kill people. You know, we can celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk because we're the good guys.
So yeah, so basically, if they're a Nazi, it's cool in their eyes.
Yeah, and that's why they started calling people Nazis, because it was advantageous to them, because they use it to justify being viviolent.
Here's my opinion. I don't wish death or harm on on anybody. Sorry, even my worst enemies. And I've had people at church, at work, in the community that be like, really, you don't even like.
No, I don't wish death on anybody, bro. Not death. Maybe I wish. Maybe I. There's been times where I've wished for like somebody to get their ass beat.
I said death, harm, or bad. These weren't death situations, but they were like, oh, that's funny that this person got hurt or this happened to them or they went to that because they're this kind of person. I'm like, well, guess what?
Yeah, it's totally okay to beat the shit out of somebody and leave them fucking left for dead on the side of the road if they're a Nazi.
And I looked at these people. I looked at them. And I said, I may not like these people that you're talking about. I may not even know them. I said, but you know what? I said, I don't agree with that because I wouldn't wish those things on me or any of my loved ones. So I think. I even told him that vengeance solves nothing. I tried to go the vengeance route before.
Well, vengeance doesn't belong to us. That's the problem.
You know what happened when I tried to go the vengeance route in life? I ended up just not finding what I was looking for. It just didn't work out my favor. And at the end, I felt empty.
It doesn't feel good.
I felt empty, and I felt like a piece of shit.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good.
I felt like an emotionless piece of shit, dude. Like a nihilist. You're basically becoming a nihilist when you give.
That's the entire leftist ideology. It's just straight up nihilism.
From what I gathered, yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. We kind of went off the rails there. We didn't really talk about this story at all, but
because it's old news. Just these threats to Erika, Kirk.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the article had zero information. So
and all it said was just threats to her. And how many months has she been threatened with the same bullshit? It just be a broken record.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, even though we kind of got off the rails a lot. But it was fun. It's always fun to have other people. I got Jakey Poo here in the studio with me. It's always fun to have more people. I feel like we have a lot more fun. Our audience has a lot more fun when it's not just me talking at them. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and we'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you like the show and you want to support us, the best way you can do that is by subscribing. Anyway, I'll probably be back with the Lone Wolf Show tomorrow, so make sure you do all the things. You can follow us on X and Facebook and all the other places on the internet at Wolfpack Media 92, and we will see you guys later.